so fortunate to live by the beautiful Lake Erie, but you know, lakes have to be managed properly so that we remain safe and the critters that live there get safe and all that stuff.
Yes, so joining us right now is Nathan Robinson, who's the Vice President of Aqueduct Lake and Pond Management, along with Kathy Berg, who's the Program Administrator of Ashland Soil and Water Conservation. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
All right, I think it's quite fitting that we're going to be talking about water and keeping the quality of the water, because it does affect our environment as a whole with all the water that we've been getting. So how does water affect our environment as a whole?
Well, you know, water is something that we all need to be good stewards of.
Right.
And most of the water we see outside of Lake Erie in Ohio are man-made ponds. There are about 110 glacier ponds and lakes in Ohio. Everything else we see is man-made, so a lot of times they have man-made problems. Right, Kathy?
Absolutely, and that's what we want to educate our landowners on today, is how critical oxygen is to a pond or any body of water to make that a healthier place for our animals to live, as well as helping clean our water.
Okay, so talk about aeration. What is that? Explain it for us.
Well, do you want what?
Sure.
Well, we can.
Aeration, basically, it's kind of simple.
Yeah. Good.
When nature, yeah. Well, I'm going to try it as best I can. Nature will put organic material into water, leaves, debris, decaying plants, algae, and it builds up sediment over time. And there's no oxygen at the bottom of a pond. Well, you need oxygen to oxidize and break down materials so that they can remain small. That's why sediment builds up and ponds no longer have depth and they have problems. Kathy brought some samples of some basic species of weeds and algae. This is watermeal, duckweed combination. And you'll see these on ponds all over Ohio when you're driving, when they look like a putting green.
Right.
Basically, it's duckweed and watermeal in combination. It's an example of a pond that does not have enough aeration. It's loaded with nutrient matter, and you add light, you're going to have growth. So that's why aeration is critical to the health of a pond or lake in Ohio.
Let's talk about some of the methods of aeration, because I know what you're talking about. You know exactly which ponds are affected. When you drive by it drive like you can almost walk on the surface of it. So how do we cure this?
Well, there are a couple ways. The best methodology is what we're showing here, which is a bottom diffuse system. It's simply a compressor that's on shore, so there's no electricity and water. You pump air through bottom line tubing. It connects to these diffusers. And the key is micron bubbles. It actually forces a vertical shaft of air displacing water.